Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Bitcoin taking a massive dump. Where are we going? 87.8. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. Let's get that music back up and running, Bobby. Bobby in the studio, 87,550 for Bitcoin. Double pocket square. Let's go. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I can't believe we're all together every single day. It's Monday. Back at it again. God bless you all as we continue to push every single day. This has been an amazing time to be alive. I'm excited. You're excited. You know why? When there's less people in the market, when people get driven out, I know that's when the biggest opportunity is. The top 1% made it when most people got flushed out. They were able to stay in or make investments when most people got absolutely crushed and couldn't make it. So remember, if you're still here, if you're still vibing out, if you're still kicking it, you're one of the best, okay? You're with me. You're one of the best over here. You don't give up. You're not soft. You're one of the strongest people in the game. I see a super chat just came in here pretty strong. Should come across the screen. Did it already do that? A few seconds ago from the famous Crypto Face, sharing my most precious asset. Good morning, bro. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man Crypto Face. Thank you for jumping on in, man. Let's break down the charts. Let's see what's happening and have some fun. Funny, always something going on there. Bitcoin is going to 69. Strategy will start selling. Michael Saylor said Treasury Company was based on 220 bear market low. I went all in on Master at the market open. You're funny, man. Got short to thank you, Sam. Thank you. Yeah, and remember, it's about pivoting. When the market's not amazing, we pivot. The gold trade and the Tesla trade still doing damage. One up 38, one up 200%. Tesla skyrocketing today. And I gave you the call at 409. Tesla just took off to 473. And I'm telling you, we're going to turn a $200 investment into like $6,000 on Tesla. We're going to turn so basically we took $1,000. And my gold trade's going to take to 11,000. We're going to take $1,000. I'm teaching people how to take a very small amount of money here. When the market's quote unquote horrible, when there's no opportunity, when everyone's crying, the everyday person that barely has a shekel, okay? So we're going all the way for gold to make 11,000. We're going to make 11,000 off of what was a $1,800 position. We're going to make $11,000. And then off of a $200 position, we're already made $500. Off 265, we've made $500. This is like options, okay? We're going to turn 265 into maybe $6,000-7,000. We're going to turn this $2,000 into $20,000 in the next 2 months. It's going to take a lot of patience and time. You don't have to be a big shot. You don't have to bet all your money, all right? Look, I'll be happy with that $20,000. Then I'll take it to do something else. As long as my money's cooking, it's okay. And look, Bitcoin dumping to the downside this morning, losing the 200 moving average. I said I wouldn't touch it unless it went sideways into the flag. It didn't look good. It kind of made a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder here, lost the 200, and it dumped to the downside. The bigger time frames don't look amazing for Bitcoin. Let's break it down. And you could trade on BTC.C. I have a link in the pinned comment. Let me actually wrestle that pinned comment up right there. But in the pinned comment, you can see BTC.C, where you could have been trading Tesla in gold and been up massively. Simply no big deal, just nailing it, right? So anyway, and I'm not trying to be a big shot here. And I could, maybe I put more money behind the scenes. I'm not trying to be a big shot. I don't need to show all my wins all the time. It's just, the key is to be consistent. All right, and I could show you how to do that in any market. There's always an asset that's pumping. We just have to keep searching. I'll put my system on every asset. Eventually, one of the assets going to show me that there's pumpology coming. Pumpology 101. So let's take a look at BTC. It does look like there's more downside for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. The 1 hour's below the 200 moving average. You kind of struggled here. You had a chance to make this, ascending triangle and to stay bullish and break out of it, but you lost that trend line. You lost the 200. You bearishly retested. You lost the point of control. We got to be real here. So let's take a look at the monthly candle, which is now very red, but on the 21, which is a good bounce area. I mean, a lot of times you do bounce off the 21-day moving average. Usually the monthly doesn't even get that close. We still have a hidden bullish divergence too. It's slight, but it's still there, telling us that we're going to break this high before we break this low. And it's always when nobody believes it too. Hidden bullish divergence is always when no one thinks it's going to happen. Again, I'm bearish. I want to make that clear. I'm not calling out a reversal here. I'm just telling you I've seen this before. I never really back tested it on the monthly, so I don't know. And yes, I got the pants on, matching pants today. I've got the whole suit on. It's kind of crazy. I feel like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, when he's wearing the blues. I need the hat. I need the Mad Hatter hat on, and I'd be all set. You got to love the two-tone pocket square, though. That's 2 pocket squares shoved into one, okay? And look at this. I didn't even take this off. It's so new, I didn't get this thing off. What the heck is going on? Oh, this is a new thing we're doing over here. I got to rip off. Look, I still got the tag on them. Hey, so swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. That is a hidden bullish divergence, and usually, you do bounce off a 786. It's interesting. So that's got me, I've been brainwashed to believe this breaks out more than it doesn't. So even though the whole world's bearish, it just, in the back of my mind, it just tells me I got to reveal it. It doesn't seem likely. Everything looks bearish to me. 6 days and 9 hours, this 2-week chart would close a tweezer top. And you would have to assume that's bearish. Okay? Now, even though even if you're real bearish, you're like, well, where's my right shoulder, right? Like, I thought we'd at least get the reversal right shoulder. Is this just going to collapse down the way it does? I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but it might. Anything is possible in trading. So, but I'm waiting for, like, where's the right shoulder at least so we can get that, this little relief rally here back through, because that candle moves so fast. Usually you'll get a reversal. Anyway, we'll see. Only time will tell. It's not over yet. It's one day at a time. But look at this. I mean, the weekly candle was so bearish. And you have to assume, it's just the best thing to do is to short that. You open up a short with a stop loss above, like maybe that wick there, and just let it stay open. It looks like you're going to drop down to 65,000 at one point. So to me, it's smart to open a short with a stop like above this wick, above 94, because like it was such resistance. And now you're basically shorting resistance and let this puppy just continue to fall. And it might come up, come down. It's going to be a long road, but I feel like you're eventually going to win the short down at $67,000 BTC. So, yeah, to me, it tells me yes. This is likely going to come further to the downside, in my humble opinion. That's just what I see happening. I could be wrong, but that's kind of, I love to long tweezer bottoms. I would short tweezer tops. So, and if you swing it upside down, it's like longing a tweezer bottom in a way. Right there to the downside, it's the same story. But actually, right here, you would long that tweezer, you know what I mean? Same idea, but the opposite. You just flip it, but an Alice in Wonderland style. So the 1 week looks bearish. Let's move on to the 5-day chart. 5-day chart also in a bear flag. And I said this since we were here, and here. I said, man, that you have to assume this is a bear flag. That's likely going to drop further to the downside. And why? Why is Bitcoin dropping? Well, Bitcoin is in a different situation than the S&P. You got Michael Saylor, you got the banks, and they can short MicroStrategy, and then they could pinch him and put him in a tight situation. They're trying to get Bitcoin, I believe, around 70, between 67 and 78,000. The big banks, they want Bitcoin for sure. The reason why Bitcoin's dropping is because they want it. You have to understand that too. So it's like it's a good and a bad thing. But yeah, there's some tightness in the market, and there's a lot of fear. The only thing I got to keep sticking to is the fear and greed index. 16, when it was at 10 last month, I had to buy, right? That was insane. You never get 10. And usually you don't revisit 10. This would tell me these are our last chances to buy, Logically, without looking at the charts, these indicators tell me. But then when I look at the charts say, no, you're going down. Look at that. Head and Shoulder lost the 200 MA low volume and just shredded any long. And I didn't tell anybody to go long. And I said I would stay away from the charts this morning. I really said that. And maybe people got wrecked. I don't know what they did. I worked out and stayed on my gold and my Tesla trades and focused on, you know what I mean? I know where the money's at. the money was flowing into gold and Tesla and out of Bitcoin. Interesting. For whatever reason, right? And this is the Crypto Lifer show, but it should be the trading show at this point because I trade everything. I don't just trade crypto. I want to make that clear. And I can teach you how to trade for anything you want. You use my strategies on, you'll be able to trade anything you want. Man, that obviously did not play out. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so Bitcoin. On the this to me, and again, we might bounce back to the top of the channel first. It might get pretty close to the stop loss. That's maybe above the point of control there. But then it's not a 3-to-1, right? Best time would be at when this candle closes right there and starts to move. You kind of front run it. I did find you have to kind of front run tweezer bottoms and tops to make the best amount of money because they don't always give you that like small. Whenever they make a small candle and then a bigger move, it's great. But you don't always get it. So that looks bearish to me. 5-day candle seems, it's pushing up, but looks like it might just roll over too. I don't know. It doesn't look good. RSI. Yeah, it's just like lack of bearish momentum on the MACD, which is weird. You're going to turn. 3-day chart back below the 200. I'm a bear now. Remember that. That was my last draw. Candle closes below the 200 moving average on the 3-day chart. It did it. But here we had this crazy reversal. Then we got back above it. Then we wicked, but we never 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 days. We stayed above. And we're back below. Now I am a bear. So now I'm suggesting, yes, to short the 3-day 200 moving average. Put a stop loss on the other side and short to where? Well, usually you're going to go to the 4-day 200 moving average, which is sitting at 79,000. So the next stop for me is about between $78 and $79,000 BTC. You can see, look, this fell out of the pattern on the 4-hour time frame. It's gone. It already left the pattern. It's out. And same thing on the daily. I feel like the daily has fallen out of the pattern. You see like that, and there was a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. Like that's all bearish. So yeah. And as I've been telling you, I said, you have to assume you're bearish. I said, the only long I would take is if you got it back above 94,000. You don't get back above 94K and you're bullish. I think you're in denial, in my personal opinion. Okay. I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be rude or hurt anyone's feelings. I think we got to be real about technical analysis. If technical analysis doesn't have a line, it can't be black and white all the day. It can't be like, there has to be lines that we draw. There has to be a black and white line. This is this, that is that. And TA has that. Below the 200 moving on the 3-day, bearish. Look, everyone's like, I don't know, we're not in a bear market. What are you talking about? A bear market is below the daily time frame for more than 50, 60 days. We fell below the daily 200 moving average, not the daily time frame, the daily 200 moving average. But look, we fell below the daily 200 moving average. Friday, basically it's funny, Halloween, isn't that creepy? Halloween marked the beginning of the end. And now here we are, December 16th. Soon it'll be 2 months. A month and a half below the daily 200 moving average, making a bear flag, lower highs. That's a low, that's a lower high. That's a lower low, that's a lower high. You have to assume you're coming for a lower low. So, downside for BTC in my humblest of opinions. There was a chanceo. And now that 3-day chart tells me no. No. It's to the downside, my friends. It's to the downside. So, I'm a bear. I'm a perma bear right now. Like, I'm completely bearish. You get above that 3-day 200 moving average, maybe we get a bounce at 78,000. Because there's, that would be resistance technically, but I see a move up to $78,000, down to 78K. We may then come and make the right shoulder. It's interesting. They may want to just kind of really touch base. But I see downside for Bitcoin on this, no Santa rally. Pain, only more pain. And your altcoins are going to bleed. And I'm sorry to be the teller of the facts. But that's it. I'm a trader. We can move on from Bitcoin and make gains on gold and everything else. Like we gotta pivot, open our minds, and realize there's opportunity everywhere. If we don't believe there's opportunity, then we're gonna stick on one thing and just it has to be this, has to be that. But it's not. It could be anything. And we got to keep our minds and our ears and our eyes open, right, to all opportunities. If we believe we're the opportunity, then we'll find it. Look, there's a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder there. We discussed all this. This was bearish. The only thing that's got you a little bit is the 21's a little far from the 200. They're a little oversold too, but you still have room to dump. And look at the 4 hour just getting started. The 4 hours just getting started with the dump. And again, uses the 200 moving average as support. So if we were in a long, we would look at it like this, right? I'd look for this thing to bounce. Measured move to 76. So I see a dump down to 78K here for Bitcoin. I really do. 77, maybe even lower. Sharp rejection by the 200 moving average. 1 hour time frame, complete dump with the rounded top. 15 minute now, away from the 21. 5 minute one, and then so now, yeah, you're looking for the bear flags on the smaller time frame. But you can kind of see what's happening now. The charts have spoken. The bears are in control. The bulls will be liquidated. People are going to start selling. It's funny, the AI crash. If everyone uses AI bots, then AI just kind of crumbles and sells off. It's not as good as people think. It's actually the opposite. Can't think like a human. Doesn't have years of experience to pivot. Everyone thinks AI is the answer. AI is amazing. Don't get me wrong. It can read trillions of words. Well, we can only read a few million. Like, it can outread us in a year's time. So it knows more than us. But there's people that know more than people, but they don't have the wisdom. Wisdom and intelligence. What's the difference? Intelligence is information that information even, I would say. You can gather information. That's great. You could read every book on gardening. Every single book there ever was. But if you've never stuck your hand in the ground, I might not know about pH. I might not know all the, I do. I've read about it. I'm just saying, going back and forth. But as a joke, I might not know anything about pH. I might not know anything about soil. But maybe I've stuck my hand in the dirt way more than you. And I just know. So you might have the knowledge, but do you have the wisdom? And so I don't know if AI will ever have the wisdom. Personally, it'll always have the knowledge, but wisdom will be lacking. Wisdom comes from experience, like actually having been there, because things change in life. Data is there, but there's actual life. So as much as I love artificial intelligence and we can use it to benefit ourselves, like why read 1,000 books when it can read 1,000 books, and then you can ask it to assess the situation. You know what I mean? And yeah, you might be, you'll get it. You have to be able to gain an edge by probability speaking, but you see what I mean? Yeah. So 21 coming into the 5 minute moving average here to the 5 minute 21. And I see more downside for Bitcoin. I think the best place to get in is to possibly, it would have been nicer to be closer to the 200 moving average. But look, we just rejected, and then even a lower rejection. Could we bounce here? Is there a chance? You never know. But I'm bearish. I'd rather be completely wrong. The probabilities are very bearish today. What if we reverse all the way back to the upside and do a V-shape? Maybe. And I'll long the signal, maybe the 5 minute above. And again, you know me, I don't long until later on tonight. I don't trade Mondays until afternoon, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. tonight. Last week we waited all day. And then my model came out Monday night. And it played out pretty nicely. So I project. That way, if I'm wrong, I don't have to trade it. Like, look, this could end up making an inverted. Could this be the little right shoulder? Could this, could there be a chance that we dig our way out? I'm open-minded to it. I think it's unlikely. But hey, let's see. I'm not trading it either way. It's so freeing to know you're not going to trade. Like, you have the discipline. Because before I would be like, well, whatever the chart tells me, I'm going to run in there. I'm going to just do whatever, I'm not going to be able to control myself. Now I know for a fact, like, I'm not going to trade Monday. And it stinks because I know more people will trade if I trade, right? It creates more of a buzz, more, it all grows, but it's okay. And slow beans, the next 2 weeks are going to be tight. People go with their kids. They finally take the market off, right? People sell what they sell. They make their decisions. They do their, cost averaging. They sell off things that they don't think, They get ready for tax season and all that. And then kind of that's what this next 2 weeks is for. People to balance off their taxes, man. And a lot of moves are made because of that. And that kind of throws off the market as well because it's not traditional greed and fear. There's another set of reasoning behind why people are why people are doing something. Drinking that carbonated water in the morning got me bubbling. Yeah, so I see a bear flag falling, completely falling down here. And, definitely missed a bigger short right there at the complete entry. But that a big short ever, it just looks bearish, man. Even that looked like a descending triangle that dumped and retested the bottom of the channel, right? If you bring it here, look at that. Descending triangle fell out. And that's what we traded at yesterday, right? For gains. And my target was 87,250. We went to 87.4, 87.5. I sold for gains of the short. Came back up, took a little long, and then we took a long on the live stream yesterday. Crazy. See, you don't have to know. I didn't have to know exactly where price is going. I didn't have to call it perfectly to make money yesterday. Make $700. I just had to stay chill and just trade whatever I saw. That's all. Stay calm, cool, and collected. Trading can be fun if we don't get overly emotional about it. And we don't marry these markets. You can marry a bull market, I guess, for a few months, but then you gotta know when to bounce. Also, possible bounce. Showing signs of life here. Could be this giant shoulder, head, right shoulder for Bitcoin. So your hopium is you're going to make an inverted head and shoulder and save the day here. End up right back where we started at 89.6. Still not amazing. But, something. But to me, it's more likely that we just we flag out and continue to dump down to 83,000. Take a look at Bookmap. What is Bookmap saying? I mean, it's got a lot of liquidity below us here. 84, 83.50, 82, 80,000. There's a lot of liquidity down there. Still's got that 95K, but that's been there for a long time. Just hanging out. So we'll see as 87,000 is just being battled right now. And it's okay, man. I've seen this before, so I'm not surprised. I wasn't like, oh my God. I didn't think Bitcoin was going to dump like this. Come on. We've been going over the fact that the 5-day is in a bear flag. And the crazy thing is I'm still open-minded that anything is possible. I'm open-minded, but I'm also a realist. So you can be open-minded, but still trade probabilities. The probabilities tells you what's likely going to happen. And there it is, right? Get ready for Fed. We got a lot coming at us this week too as well. Tomorrow at 8:30. Funny, let's hit the calendar. So tomorrow, Tuesday, we have core retail sales, average hourly earnings, ADP weekly employment change, non-farm employment change, retail sales, unemployment rate, you know what I mean? And flash manufacturing PMI. I mean, it's huge. A lot of information. That is tentative, the ADP weekly employment change, but the rest of it is going to be, that's going to be a walloping for the market. So let's go over it. Non-employment change, non-farm employment change. See, they think forecast at 50K. When I'm looking more, again, you want that to be up. But also this too, retail sales month over month, you want this to be up. They think it's going to be forecast exactly as previous. If it's up a little bit, I did some spending. I saw a lot of people do some spending. Wasn't as much as spending as last year, but month over month, I feel like it's up over the month. I believe this is going to be up. Maybe, but hey, an unemployment rate, I think is going to be down. They think it's forecast to be higher than previous. So we'll see if this comes in at 4.3 and if this is up at point, that's going to be very bullish. We're going to get a bullish pump. Again, Bitcoin's not really correlated to the markets now, so the NASDAQ and the S&P may pump, but it might not. Bitcoin was pumping with them, but right now, not the case. And then Thursday, we're going to come in with core CPI and unemployment claims. So we have the unemployment rate and then the claims. So Tuesday and Thursday, 8:30 in the morning, get ready to get rocked. It's going to be a crazy time. All right. Yeah, look at this. So more bearishness for Bitcoin. Look at that. I just you can put it in maybe like a pattern like that and say it was in the symmetrical right there. And it's taking a dump easy. Yeah, so I see more downside for Bitcoin. I just do. Somewhere down to $83,000 BTC. That's the measured move. First measured move is the length. You'll probably get a stop here. You can look left and see, is there any shelving? Is there any place where price action has started and stopped? Like right there. So you get some, 86.6. A little bit of stop there too at 85.6. And you got to move that. You got to be on the smaller time frames. They're going to show you what's happening. Really, you need the 1 minute, the 3 minute today. And there you have it. I mean, is it going to double bottom possibly now? That's what you're kind of digging on. Wow. Monday, bloody Monday. Let's take a look at the total market cap in all of crypto. And that's now below that 3-day 200 moving average too as well, right? Yes, and that's, to me, was the threshold. And this low. So now you got to, I mean, that's breaking, that's a bear flag. It's just a bear flag, folks. Just like a bull flag. It's a bear flag. You can't trade bullish and not trade bear. It's the same way. Once you're okay with this, you'll see. And head down to $2 trillion, and that would take down everything. Solana back to 198. Just everything is going to take a dump. Everything. So I definitely see more and more downside here for Bitcoin. It's not looking amazing. And even for the altcoins. I could be wrong. Maybe we finally, we somehow hug this higher low. There's still support there at 2.67 trillion. You have to see that, and we could bounce. But man, it's like any sense of hope that we did have is starting to become erased for the bulls. And today is a bearish day. Possible double bottom here for Bitcoin, but we've already kind of spoken with that dump. That's kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder-esque. If anything, I would open this up and kind of, to me, it's got some like descending triangle vibe to it. More downside for BTC. Sad to say. On the short side, right? I mean, that's the model too. Shout out to all the beautiful souls here. Shout out to everyone here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here. Hanging out with the lifer. You people are awesome and amazing. We appreciate you. And remember, just learn to trade. Spend this year learning how to trade. If you got wrecked, rocked. If you didn't, if you just want to know more. If you just want to keep pushing yourself, whatever it is. If you want to hang out with me, I'm consistent. We're going to find ways to win. Whatever your idea is for trading, come on in. Show up every day and keep pushing. Maybe you're just a business owner that likes the consistency. Show up every day, baby. Hit your business like I hit mine. No matter what, rain, sleet, sun, snow, it doesn't matter. I worked out today. Hardcore, man. Real hard. As I was working out, I was getting sick. I was like, why do I do this? I was like, how do I do this? I was like, am I going to finish? And I said, you're going to finish because you're not going to think about it. I said, the difference between someone who gets it done and someone who procrastinates is no difference. They're the same person. The person who gets it done just kept going without thinking. Had I thought, today I went to work out. Had I given myself more than 5 minutes to think about it, I might not have worked out. I really would have started thinking how nauseous I get. I was, oh my God. But I don't do that. I just put the video on and I start working out. I don't give myself time to think. I listened to a Jim Rohn video the other day. He said, winners just don't think. They write it down, they realize what they want to do, and the next day they do it. Because if you spend too much time thinking, you will talk yourself out of anything. I'm telling you. So one day I used to sit in my house and think of a business, think of this. I thought so much, I got nowhere in life. I spent years of my life thinking, sitting there dreaming. What will I do? What can I, Oh my gosh. And nothing got done. One day I said, I just got to start moving and I got to stop thinking about it. I said, I'll put a little bit of thought and a lot more action. I said, more action, less thought. And yeah, I fell over myself. Yes, not everything worked out perfectly. Yes, I made some mistakes. Yes, I might have hired the wrong people here and there. Yes, I might have, fell over my feet at first. But eventually the right people came. The right people got put in place. And eventually things started to move. But nothing was perfect. Look, possible double bottom for Bitcoin. We could, there's a chance here we can dig out at 86.6. And there we are. Wow, 86,000 for Bitcoin. The time has come. The reckoning. So can the 1 minute do a double bottom out of here and save the day? Unlikely. More likely it's going to roll over and continue to dump. Says the bigger time frames. I mean, they closed very bearish last night on the weekly. That has to do its job now. Like, you know, if I believe in the 1 minute and I believe in the 5 and I trade all these different time frames, then I gotta believe in the weekly when it gives me the signal that I see. I can't, you know, it is what it is. So that's kind of how it is for me. When I see it, it is what it is. There's some other coins that were still strong. Let's take a look if they're able to stay strong. Wow, total not looking good. Bitcoin Cash was holding a key level, but even I don't care how good. Yeah, see, Bitcoin Cash is still in this beautiful, beautiful tightness. It's very interesting. Like, this has not changed. Even an entry down there was when the first really started talking about it, 450. So it's up. And Bitcoin Cash continues to consolidate. I mean, maybe it will just dump with Bitcoin, but wow. Something strange there with Bitcoin Cash. Okay. BNB, I also want to take a look at. BNB had that crazy run up. We talked about it here. We could see it happening. We called it for you. If you were in the trading group, we called it all the way to 1200. Kept giving you flag after flag. BNB did absolutely amazing. I could see it. It was when the whole market was looking shady. BNB was very tight. Looked very consistent. Again, you can see on the weekly though it's high, but it is oversold. You know, and just because all coins are all coins, like I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a bit of a little dump down, maybe even to the weekly 200 moving average. January. The thing is, once this happens, right, we're going to be very oversold. Like, here's the thing. Every time we were near a 10, we didn't have 2 more months of selling off. You know what I mean? We just didn't. It's just very rare. So my whole thing is, like, we have 2 more months of selling from 16 even down to 9. It's unlikely. I'm just trying to figure out where the bears are going to get all this momentum from when they've already taken so much steam. You know what I mean? Hey, little double bottom is fighting here. And believe me, it's treachery today. It's back and forth. They're gonna stop out anyone that doesn't know what they're doing. I bet you there's people on the stream who here has just be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. But who here has already lost their sauce a couple times today? Anyone? I didn't. I'm just raise your hand. Put a 555 if you're like, yeah, man, I already got liquidated or I lost a couple trades already. I knew not to trade Monday mornings. I just know it's treachery. Put a 555 if they've already stopped you out. Put a 333 if you made gains the lifer way. Somehow you were able to make gains no matter what they did to you. Because I bet there's both out there. Yeah. Someone said me, not yet. 555, yeah. Yeah, see, everyone trading on treachery. You know, I would tell you that trading on Monday is treachery. Look at all these people that got hit already. Amazing. I didn't even expect that many people. I thought it would just be, but wow. People getting liquidated and rocked and wrecked. And we got some 333s, people that made some money. Wow. You guys are crazy traders because there's a lot of gainers and losers already today out here. I mean, we have, 1,600 people here on the stream. One of the strongest streams in all of crypto because people are here to see whether I'll ever take a day off. Right? We have another narrative going be outside of the cryptocurrency narrative. The narrative is the man. How consistent can this man be? How many days can he go without a day off? You know, I saw people travel around the world to Dubai and many places. And imagine me, I traveled around those places. I never missed a live stream on top of traveling around. Very, very stressful. I'll tell you that. I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world, but I would get to my hotel. First thing I'd have to do before I even ate food after a long flight or anything, you want to take a shower, get the plane guck off, put on some nice clothes, hit the restaurant. First, you want to grab a snack at the local bar at the hotel for a split second because then you want to go upstairs, you want to shower, and then you want to go to the dinner that you had planned. If you're coming into town and you have some, hopefully if you have it all the right way. If you got Jamie as your co-pilot, he's got a nice dinner waiting for you. So. But not me. I get to and you could have all the money in the world. Like, I'm successful. I could have anything. But it doesn't matter. It's about the hustle, right? I fall in love with the hustle more than the money, which is crazy to me. But I realize that's why I'm where I am today. Because I love the hustle. You can't knock the hustle, right? Jay-Z. And I'm not even a fan anymore, really. But hey. Hey, bro, love from India. God bless you, brother. Shout out to my man, Sagar. The equipment is why I'm in the Discord. Sam runs on divine intervention power. Amen. There's definitely something running. My parents got taken away and I just kept pushing. You can't go 24/7 forever. Yes, I can. That's what you don't realize. Yes, I can. Yeah. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? Shout out to Bitcoin Trader. Yeah, so again, I get to the hotel. The first thing I got to do is check the Wi-Fi. I got to make sure that, and then what I do is I open up my computer and I set a test live stream. And I make sure the live stream is running well. And I do a test on it and make sure it's kind of doing what it needs to do. And if it runs well and it does what it needs to do, I'm good to go. You know what I mean? And so I set a live stream test and I usually sit there for 10 minutes, and once that's done and I see that I got no drop frames, everything was cool, I get like so relieved. And then I go to dinner or whatever, we have our first meet, and then I'm like, wow, and I say, dear Lord, thank you for everything. Because I feel so amazing at that moment. Because I know that the stream's going to go well and I can stream for anywhere in the world at that time. But man, I tell you what, that first hour when I get to the hotel, when I get to my location and I'm just not sure whether the internet is going to be perfect or not until I test it, I'm always on pins and needles. But you know what? I don't think about it. I know that's on the back of my mind. The second I leave my house I say, what could happen to my business when I travel? And I say, hey, anything is possible, man. And I say, you know what? God has got me this far. God's going to get me this far. So I just tell you the story to inspire you to go after your dreams. I don't have all the answers every time I leave the house and I travel. When I went to Qatar, when I went to, Abu Dhabi and all that. But when I went to Dubai, when I went to Singapore, I didn't know. I didn't know exactly. If things looked good, I had some feelers out there. Jamie got there before me each time, which made it way helpful. I used to not have Jamie and I'd have to go on my own, right? Shout out to everybody here. He says, check your X. Show them how the big boys do it. What's on X today? What's going on X? Is it you? Is it Crypto Billy over here? Yeah. He goes, check your X. Show them how the big boys do it. You're funny. I want to see. Man, look at this, man. My man, look, Crypto. Chris, he goes, I pray for your daughter, man. I said, you're amazing. She's doing way better. Thank you. He said, yes, I did pray yesterday around 11 a.m. Dubai time for her in church, man. People around the world pray for my daughter, man, because of my channel, bro. It's just insane. I never thought that type of stuff would happen. So you got a Jamie like Joe Rogan. Yeah, you need to get a visa for Singapore. It's easy to do. No. You don't need to get a visa. You just fly to Singapore. You just can't be there for months at a time. Yeah. Oh, I like this. Look, Crypto Billy right here. Look at this. If you're smart, you'll be watching the charts with the lifer, even while you're working your fiat job. Look, he's got it on inside the corporate. I love this, man. I love it. The lifer. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more, to get the information and the education, baby. Brad Garlinghouse is trending. What's going on? What's going on with Brad here on X.com? Retweet if you want to see CAO on Joe Rogan. The people have spoken. I guess. Ripple Rewards credit out in the world. What a time to be alive. XRP. U.S. Special Edition Gemini card for everyday purchases and earn up to 4% XRP at Gemini. Interesting. 750 price target for X. I love this stuff. XRP is its own thing. You never know. I'm so lucky for so many reasons, and many towers the past weekend takes the cake. This next chapter. Oh yeah, he married getting married too is amazing. He got married late too. Just this September, I believe. Or was that? I think it was last September. I don't know. Anyway, pretty interesting. And I said, what are the only 10 coins you would hold this cycle? It usually gets way more hits. We'll see. I said one. I realized it's one coin because people want to write one thing. Yeah. I'm skiing in the Alps listening to the lifer. That's amazing, man. Guys, if you believe him, please understand. Look at the remote. This is the real Sam Price. Yeah. You get what you give. Much blessings your way, Sammy. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, my daughter got pneumonia for the second time in 8 months. And it sounds way worse than it is. Like, it sounds like life-threatening. Yeah, she couldn't breathe. We took care of it. We got her to the doctor. They ended up giving her a steroid, and she bounced back pretty nice. And so far, she's good. She's still, Now, the baby, though, also is coughing pretty bad. So it's just kind of like the whole house is just, I want to make sure the baby and the 4-year-old get back to good graces. Look at that. I mean, that was just... Price action is treacherous today. Could be making an inverted or a triple bottom, but at the same time, I mean, look at that. Just a fake out. They faked it out, broke it back inside the pattern, in my humble opinion. Now I would just say this is a descending triangle that's going to dump anyway. Or a shoulder head. Maybe it makes a right shoulder there. And that's why I speculate with projection. See? Projection, quantum projection theory. We project what could be happening and only take the trade if it happens. If it doesn't happen, we don't take the trade. It's a very simple way to trade. Understand? Yeah. The smartest man in the world with the highest Q is bullish. Sam rocking the baby blue. Yeah. I don't know. There was a triple bottom. Of course, there's a quadruple bottom. Yeah. Lower left of the brain activating. Shout out to Dude Tang, the crypto surfer in the house. Yeah, I'll give some prayers to them both. Thank you so much. God bless you, bro. Yeah, so it was just, And my two friends were in town. We grew up listening to Mobb Deep. And, I guess all five, and then a couple of their friends and people I half know all went to the Mobb Deep concert together in St. Pete with Raekwon, who I actually know. I actually hung out with Raekwon on a few occasions personally, like hung out with him just alone with his brothers, did a documentary my sister hooked me up with one day in Staten Island. But anyway, the whole point is, I told my friends, and one of my buddies, he said, you better not make some, he wrote, how's your daughter, right? And this guy's a nice guy. But he hasn't seen me. We see each other twice a year, and we goes, good. He goes, how's Nile? He goes, how's your daughter? She's way better. Still breathing a little strange, but she seems great. He goes, good. Then I'll see you at the show tonight. I'm trying to fly through a snowstorm, so any BS excuse you may think of is unacceptable. And my wife was sick too. So my wife is sick. She was lying in bed this morning. Thank God we have a wonderful, wonderful nanny / I call her like just like a house, she's the best, man. And my kids love her, and she's always here 5 days a week, like 90% of the time. So she's here with the kids while my wife is sleeping, and everything's okay. But thank God that I have a backup for my wife because, yeah. This looks just like it's going to roll over, in my humble opinion, but you never know. Let me see if I can see that. I always try to see price action like, am I missing something? You may be doing this. It's tough. And there's another symmetrical kind of lining up here. Don't have much to go on just yet based off what I'm seeing, but it's possible, right? Back to the 200 moving average. Are you making a right shoulder? You see? I have a backup for my wife, LOL. You're funny. The sister wives. They get along too really well, which is really nice. Sometimes they go out shopping together, they hang out, it's good. So you're saying we have a chance. I mean, there's always a chance. All right. Lazy hands makes for poverty, but diligent hands brings wealth. Proverbs 10:4. Yeah, if you just keep grinding, you're going to be in wealth. And remember what the Bible told you. Okay? Remember what the Bible told you. Take your L's. Keep pushing. Don't stop. So yeah, tight, nasty price action here for Bitcoin today. And you have to assume you're just going to right shoulder dump further to the downside. And again, I take this bigger flag, whatever the consolidation ends up becoming, we don't know exactly, but yeah, like I just keep getting this target down here somewhere at 83,006. All right. Shout out to the Golden God, man. You're so stupid. This guy's ridiculous, man. Oh my gosh. You're funny, man. You're too funny. No. You guys want to make me seem like I'm Andrew Tate over here. Can't view 21 moving average on my iPhone. I wonder why. It should be there, no worries. Just re-add it. Go up here to your settings, indicators. Type in MA. Find moving average. Right? Simple. Click on it. And see, it will become default as the 9. And just hit style. Turn it white. Inputs. Turn it to 21. Don't offset it. Don't do anything else. Leave it the way it was. And there's your 21. You should be fine. You should be able to get that 21. Yeah. Top G. Odds of 90K in the next couple days, in your humble opinion. 90K? Very low now. Yeah, because there's the 200 moving average. You'll come back to it in rejection style, possibly. To me, I think you might go to 70K before 90K now. Should have been holding 90K this whole time. Yeah. Smash the like. Life is. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Pull the for December 1st. We can go to the 786. Yeah, I thought EMA was for the small time frames and MA was for the bigger. I mean, that depends on how you trade. I just use simple for everything. Yeah. Hit the like, everybody. Someone says, can you look at the McDonald's stock for fun? Yeah, why not? McDonald's Corp. Let's see if they're up nicely. Oh, they're doing great. About to start pumping, actually. I mean, the S&P pumps. McDonald's gonna pump. Wow, the weekly chart looks really nice for McDonald's. Look at that. I guess we got to start trading Mickey D's now. You know what I mean? Like, we became the Bitcoin channel. I just trade Mickey D's every day. Like, there's the guy that trades Mickey D stock every day. He's so good at it. They call him the Big Mac. Oh my gosh. They call him the quarter pounder hounder. But dude, that looks so bullish. Like, look at that inverted head and shoulder. It either takes off now or it takes off in a couple weeks. That looks so bullish. That looks like you're going up for massive gains. So I'll have some fries with that and a super large Coke, man. Oh my gosh, Mickey D's. All the way to 410. I like what I'm seeing for McDonald's stock right there. Let's take a look at the 3-day. If the 3 days oversold, 3 days a little overbought. Wow, it pumped hard too, just in the last few weeks. Ever since Bitcoin started dumping. Kind of crazy, right? It's kind of weird. So McDonald's pumps when Bitcoin dumps. Yeah, we didn't get alt season, so McDonald's is bullish. Yeah, they got so many people working really hard because when you don't get alt season, you're really like, you know, you're a hard-working guy. You worked in crypto, but you didn't get it, so you go to McDonald's and you work really hard. Their output is just out the roof. So because all the crypto people have gone and worked for McDonald's, the output is just out of control. They're just booming. They're absolutely booming. You know what I mean? Because crypto people work hard. So seriously, because everyone that has lost all their money in altcoins has now gone to McDonald's. The stock is just absolutely out of control, about to soar. The crypto people that are joining Mickey D's are going to take McDonald's to a McPump. It's going to have a McRib pump to the upside here. Mickey D's. No, but seriously, if you're looking for some gains, I mean, some long-term gains. Look, if we bought McDonald's when the show started back in 2019, even right here, pandemic dump, I bought McDonald's. Fine. I mean, Bitcoin made a better X over time. Bitcoin was from 3,000 there, and it went all the way to, so Bitcoin did a 30X. McDonald's only did, you know, about a 3X. Actually, a little, just a 1.5. But wow, it does look bullish to me. And I see a move to $400 for Mickey D's. McFlurry of the upside. McPumpinch. I'll have extra cheese with that. McDonald's and crypto have an inverse correlation. When crypto is up, McDonald's should be down and Lamborghini should be up. California is going to make McDonald's stock go crazy. CA wants $30 an hour, so McDonald's said they will go 90% automation. Isn't that funny? Yeah, I mean, they're doing it all over the place. You see, they have the screen, right? I've seen it in a few places. Even when I was walking through the airport, I saw a McDonald's kiosk. I did not touch it. I didn't go near that thing. I didn't want to know. It's not like I wanted to find out if McDonald's tasted different in Portugal. Okay? Just leave me alone. Ice cream machine still broke, though. Isn't that crazy? The ice cream machine conspiracy? I can't even talk about it. We can't discuss that. We can't go over it. Anyone go to Cars and Coffee? Unbelievable time. I got a vlog about Cars and Coffee. I'm going to show it to you on my other channel. So if you're excited about vlogging, my life behind the scenes, come on. Sam Price. We're going to show you that stuff. All right. It's going to be fun. What I do on the weekends when the market's slow. All right. Everybody hands touching that screen. You know, you're funny, man. McDonald's bubble gut, hot snakes, and a large. Oh my gosh. Look, I know, right? McDonald's in Australia was the best I ever had. Yeah, McDonald's is buying land, right? They're a real estate company. So when you buy McDonald's stock, you're buying real estate. I like what you're saying. Hey, he's got a good point. Let's take a look at Ethereum and see if ETH is trying to bounce back here to the upside with, you know, somewhat. Yeah, it's still slumping around, but it's holding this trend line. Could ETH get a bounce here? Doesn't look amazing. Looks like if it does, it could fall right back down to 1700 before it has to kind of reconcile again. ETH BTC, though, is a little stronger, holding up. Wanted to see if that higher low could kick it, but now we're getting tweezer tops on the daily. How this daily candle closes will have an effect on the rest of the week here. But if this starts to flag out, so we're going to be watching ETH BTC. It's going to be giving us some insight. If that stays strong for some reason, it shows you that somehow, some way, there's going to be a move. Yeah. All of our dreams come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Amen. God bless you. I love that. Love Seinfeld, Cars and Coffee. You're funny, yeah. Sam Price in real life, streamer of the year 2026. Thank you. Hey, man, we went all the way so far. We went every single day in 2025 without a day off. Can we finish the year? Can you guys complete the process? 16 more days straight till we get to the first. And then it's just right back. Funny, the first is always weird for me. I open up the stream on the first and I start streaming and I'm always like, and it's the beginning of another process. Like, can I go now 2026? And then I look back and I'm like, how did I do 2022? I'm like, how did I do 2023? I'm like, how did I do 2024? And how did I do 4 years straight? It makes no sense. But you know what I asked myself? I said, well, what did you do? I said, well, I took every day one at a time. I said, I stayed calm no matter what. I had some mental breakdowns. I went up and down. Don't get me wrong. Not every day was perfect for me. I'm a human being, of course, but, you know, I got out of them. I worked out. I meditated. I did what I had to do. Sometimes I went for a bike ride and yelled my lung, man, just, you know, whatever I had to do to get over the ups and downs of this market, to get over the ups and downs of my own self. Not easy, right? Even, you know, some days the death of my mother was strong. The death of my father comes on me. Like, I fight through it all so I could be a good dad and a good father and a good husband. But nobody is perfect. You can't beat yourself up about your ups and downs. You're human. What you can do is correct them, say sorry, and come back with a better mentality, a better philosophy, and a better mindset. That's all. That's it. I'm not waiting on anybody to save me, right? Because nobody will. And that's just how it is. Facts on facts. Let's take a look at that, folks. Did it hold? I'm just curious to see what it did. Yeah, see, we knew it was going to dump. I told you be careful. I said wait for a tweezer top on like the 4 hour and then short that. Even the 1 hour. The first red candle there and then short it. And that thing comes all the way back down to the downside. So just be careful. I don't know what's up with these, what makes them go up so fast. But every time I see that, I know it's coming back. Yeah. Someone said Sam should get, no, I don't want, I should get sponsored by McDonald's. The Bitcoin Lifers. I love that name. God bless you, bro. Yeah. You do the Joe Dispenza meditation? Yes, as much as I can. Yeah. Hey, Sam, I'm buying Bitcoin every week. What other coin has a great potential? I like Solana and Chainlink, but I like Bitcoin right now. You know what I mean? Right now, I'd wait because, you know, the odds these things could go way lower. 125 Sol. Like, look, Sol back to 126, and it's likely going to continue to dump. You could see Sol at $20. People don't realize how bad these coins can dump when the market just decides it's a wrap. Kind of head and shoulder, right? I mean, that thing could come right down to $37. So, yeah, I mean, the market has spoken. Doesn't look good to me. And looks like it's going to go lower. It's below the 4 hour 200 moving average. The daily is in a bear flag. You're consolidating lower. Like, looks like Sol can go down to $76, in my humble opinion. Yeah, it looks like that's where you're going. Maybe 103.76. Yeah, I'm getting pretty bearish today. I have to be honest. I just got to be truthful with everyone. You're in a consolidation pattern after you've dumped. You had a chance to reverse. You had all this. It didn't happen. Now you're consolidating. You know, if we were going up, I'd do the same thing. I'd say we're consolidating back to the upside. You never know. Maybe there's a chance, you know, so we'll watch it. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink was getting some love with the ETF action there. Well, look at that. Dumps back to 12. And even Chainlink looked like it may or it was going to possibly get a move there because it was just getting tight and got some attention. But man, with Bitcoin, look, Bitcoin takes, and look, it's kind of shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Like, and Bitcoin takes everything down, down, down. So it was already bearish, and now it's overly bearish. You know what I mean? Cool thing about Chainlink is you are on the 200 on the weekly. To me, that's usually like, it doesn't get much lower than that. Like, you know what I mean? That's usually a discount bargain, even if it goes like, you know, it's like, would he hang out from 9 to 12? Exactly. We'll have meetups in the States in 2026. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? We had a couple meetups this year. They were small. We had a Lisbon meetup, very small. Very small. We had the Florida meetup, which was actually pretty big. Could have been bigger, but wasn't, you know. A couple of people said they were going to come and canceled on us, and they took a slot from someone that could have shown up, which is kind of, you know, again, it happens. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, 100% tax farming. I said that earlier today. That's why this whole time period is going to be odd and strange. Exactly. Bitcoin long rise process in 2026. Yeah. I don't know what that means, but Satoshi, we love you, man. Thank you. I believe your ticket's going to pump. Someone says XCN is looking nice. Really? I don't know if I agree with that, but let's take a look at XCN. This was the coin that never did. That never would. It just, you know what I mean? It's been on a downtrend ever since April 7th, just slowly slipping. Crazy. I mean, now you could kind of say it's in a falling wedge now instead, almost with an Adam and Eve there with this little jagged edge at the beginning. I don't know what that is. I mean, this looks like it's rugged at this point. I don't know, man. I've never had to wait this long to speculate on altcoins, so this is new to me. Like me waiting, you know, usually 2 years. This has been 2.5. I mean, we didn't get any of the love and barely any of, you know. I mean, at the same time, I mean, this thing did go from 0.001 all the way to 4 cents, so it almost did a, let's see, there to 1 cent is a 10x. So I mean, it did a 40x, right? I mean, that's crazy. It did a 40x, but everything happened November through December to January. Like, this was, you know, it was basically October through January 2024 to 2025 was when we had that's alt season. We had a massive alt season. Now, we never revisited the all-time highs, and that's why people thought, but there was a lot of movement. There was 50x's, 100x's, 10x's. There was a lot of stuff going down. All right. Let's take a look at BTC. Is it pushing it? It seems like it may be getting some love here. Let's go back. So again, the smaller, the 5 minutes still in, to me, what looks like a bear flag. To me, the 5 minute has just channeled a bear flag. That's likely going to dump. That is likely going to dump to the downside. Let me take a look at the risk to reward ratio here on the 5 minute time frame. We got some wicks down there. We got this pushing all the way back down to 84,270. It's a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. I'd like it better than that. Little shave at 265, but that to me says it's going lower. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. I am not a financial advisor. I don't think I say it should be taken as such. I'm just looking at the probabilities here. That's bearish consolidation after a dump. Suggests it's going to go lower. And the target is 84,250 for Bitcoin. Why am I not trading this, even though I'm pretty sure it's going to go that way? I just usually don't trade Mondays. So I'd have to break my rules to trade right now. To me, it's a little, yeah. I did make $700. I could risk the $700 I made last night and just risk 100 of it, or 200 for 600, you know. But I wouldn't be surprised if it just rips right back to the upside too. It's very treacherous on a Monday. So I'll pretty much give it up my alts. If they come back, so be it. But moving on from them, focusing on Bitcoin and IBT now. 100%. That's what I've been doing, man. Yeah. Telcoin, I like Telcoin. It had that connection to Nebraska, right? That whole like, and you know, I like Telcoin, but I don't know if it's the one, right? I see more downside coming here for Bitcoin out this bear flag here. Even that looks shoulder, head, right shoulder on the 1 minute. I mean, how bearish is that? That's so bearish. So yeah, I feel like the charts have told a story. Whether you want to listen to it or not is up to you. I'm listening to the charts. I'm not listening to myself or to my own emotions because the charts have it. Yeah. The charts have it. Welcome, my name is Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've traded Mondays many times, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's just too good, I take the Monday trade. But it's rare. It's rare. He's right, I do trade Mondays. It's happened. But I just, you've traded, I have traded Mondays. But I just don't regularly trade Mondays. I kind of want to trade Monday right now, I'll be honest. It's taken a lot of discipline for me not to trade that. I'll look at the trade now. I shouldn't even do this. Every time I do it, it gets too close. 84, 240. Stop loss would have to be at 87, 897. $1,400 for 4,000, and I'll make a $4,000. No. Alt on pause. H bar for no long. Yeah. I say you trade 50% of Mondays. I think less than that. I'd say like 30. I'd say 20% of Mondays. Yeah. It's Tuesday, 3:14 Australia, so you could trade Aussie time. Oh, that's so crazy. You guys are already kind of beginning your Tuesday. My Monday just started. Sam is a natural bull as well. I tend to want to be a bull. For sure. Because I made most of my money bullishly, so of course I want to be a bull. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? 100%. Yeah. Bro, with that suit in the Lambo, come on now. You guys are funny, man. Might have to go for a drive now because you said that. Take it for a spin, Sammy. Take it for a spinito. Hey, let me take you for a drive over here. You know what I want to do is I want to go to like a disabled kids center and I want to take the kids for like a ride. You know, each kid gets a ride for 5 minutes and I want to take, I don't know. If that's, you know what I mean? If they're fascinated, I want to do stuff with the car to bring people joy, man. Like I brought it to this car show this weekend and, you know, I let a couple kids sit in it. No one else did. I let a girl sit in it. She scuffed the seat. She put a mark on the seat. So, and then I regretted letting her sit in the guy's like, you know, man, it's crazy, right? But can you take a look at silver? Let's take a look at silver, yes. And again, maybe we get a beautiful reversal here. You never know. Mondays are sketchy business. I just go over probabilities. I'm not 100%. I wish I was 100%. Wow, we talked about silver breaking out and headed to the target at 68. And we even gave the silver trade, if you remember, right around here. It pumped, came back down, it was down, then it ripped, and then it just absolutely skyrocketed. Unbelievable. But shout out to anyone that took the silver trade down there at 49. It ripped up to 63. I mean, that's huge. And I see the target at 68. All-time highs, really, for silver right there, right? I mean, that's insane. I love this, and I own a lot of silver. That means my silver went up a lot. It's crazy. In August, silver was just 38 bucks. It's now dang near doubled. Wow. He said, didn't even know the terms bullish or bearish 7 years ago. Now watch the lifer. Yep. Only you could rock the powder blue, baby. I think you could too, though. I think you could too. I could see you in the powder blue, bro. You could do that. Sam, we're going live in the Lambo. Yeah. Hey, do you guys want it? You guys want me to go live in the Lambo? Right, live in the Lambo. If I see enough people that say live in the Lambo, we'll do it. We'll do it. Dude, it scuffed up my Civic and got ticked. I learned to let it go. Amen, right? You're funny. You're funny. Pumping. I thought it was pumping hard. You got me going there. People say yes. We want the top hat. I know. I want the top hat too. You already know. Okay, wow. A lot of live in the Lambos. Okay. All right. All right. Might have to do it later on after the show. I got to get the 360 camera now, though, and like really give you guys the feel and the vibe. You know what I mean? I'm going to look up the GoPro. There's got to be a way maybe you can go live on the GoPro, too. I got to figure this all out. Wow. I've never seen so many people. Crypto Billy wants it. All right. So later on, I had to tell my wife I got to go for a ride after the show. We'll do like 1 to 2. 1 to 2, we'll go for a ride. All right. All right, we'll do it. Should it be widescreen or the vertical screen? You guys tell me. I don't know. Hey, let's get back to trading over here. Wow, the comments are flying. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Show me what I'm working for over here. Hey. Also, a briefcase full of IOUs. I know, right? That right there is a Lamborghini. That's a Ferrari. You might want to hold on to that one. But seriously, this was the exact color, right? This was it, man. Can you check out Beat USDT? Yeah. Full setting widescreen for sure. Wide so we can see everything. Can you check AVAX? Yeah. Do it with the beer. And I don't drink beer, but I'm a non-alcoholic one, huh? Any chance to check? You know, honestly, the drink holder too, man. Everything almost falls out. And you got to. I don't want any drink spilling on that puppy. Yeah. Today is perfect. Amen. Yeah. I don't have any running trades. That's the thing. I have nothing to show. Yeah. I'm not going to show my stacks, so there you go. Yeah. Very, very interesting. When alt season, I don't know if there ever will be an actual alt season again. You see what I mean? There's always going to be opportunities in altcoins, though. Like this is up 40%, 7%, 20%. This AIA, they were messing with this thing, DJNAI. That thing ripped. Remember, I looked at it, it ripped, and then so crazy, right? Look, it went all the way up to like $20. And now it's down to 14, 15 bucks. This is crazy. It's just nuts. True insanity. No, but I'm still heavily tethered up. You know, it is what it is. So, yeah. And I'm not going to sell all my altcoins, but I mean, I probably should sell them all, man. And just buy some real estate or something. It's crazy. Dude's name is Mind Your Own Business, and look at his comments. That's too rich. What is he saying there? I saw some ROI. Show your running trades, Mr. Whale. I saw you. I know you lost money. Oh, I've lost so much money in my life. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'll take a L, man. I've had $1 million and had to go all the way back to 200 grand before, twice. I've lost 800 grand technically twice. I mean, I'm the biggest loser you've ever seen. I always tell people that are winners, people that you see winning, that have made it like out of the rat race, are just people that have lost more than everybody else. They just didn't stop. When most people gave up and got depressed, these people just kept pushing. That's the only difference between a winner and a loser. I'm telling you, most people don't believe that. They think winners are people that just got to win every time. But it's just not the case. It just means that I got kicked in the teeth so many times, but I got up. And when other people just said, oh, I can't do it anymore, went back to work or decided it wasn't for them, I picked myself up on my bootstraps and believed in it, that something bigger was going to happen to me. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And remember, my wallet doesn't do anything for you. You know what I mean? If I show you massive gains, it doesn't matter. You know? What I can show you is the gains that I've made on the trade. Like, look, last week, sold for $5K, sold for $800 during the Fed meeting. Right? This weekend, opened up a short, sold it in front of you for $450 yesterday. Opened up a long last night, took the gain. So like there's 4 live trades right there in front of you. And I think there was a few more too. So I don't know what else to tell you, man. I've almost lost 2K for me now. It's been consistent with me accounts for 2 months. It's not easy. Trading is the hardest thing you'll ever do. That's why, number one, I stay away from trading altcoins with leverage because I know that is just, it gets me wrecked every time. Doesn't work. Look at this UBX pumping out of nowhere. But look, it's the signal. It's in a flag touching the 21. I don't care what happens I don't care what goes on. I remember this coin from back in the day, the Ubix network. Funny. So weird to see coins ripping for no reason out of nowhere, right? Like this AI, it looks like it may do some damage. Maybe on that 15-minute. You know, it looks like it could pump. I like what it's doing. You know, but again, it's a little too risky for me, probably low volume. But I like what it's, you know, I look for stuff like that. I look for consolidation above the 200 with the 21 touching. Possibly back to 22 cents, right? And we looked at U.S. tether dominance, and we said to be careful, remember? When we looked at it this week, I said be careful. I said, look like it's making a bear flag that could pump. Remember, we went over this idea. And I said, I don't know if that doesn't look amazing for Bitcoin. I said, if tether dominance pumps like that, you know, that's telling us that the Bitcoin's going to take a bit of a move down. And then if Bitcoin dominance also looks shoulder, kind of head, right shoulder. So if you have Bitcoin dominance dropping and tether dominance pumping, that's bear markets. That's a bear market. Yeah. I've seen that. That's just bear market status. So this flag is consistently consolidating nicely. I mean, that's just the odds of that dumping now are getting higher and higher. All right. They're just, oh man, that trade looks better and better every time I look at it. I should full port that puppy and make 12 racks today in front of y'all, right? Just show you how it's done. Can you look at Light? Bless you, Sammy. Light's interesting. You know, Light came out in a time where you wanted it to be better. Wow, even look at the 30-second chart, which I can't believe we're looking at, but bear flag, right? You can see like the head and shoulder vibe. I'm just covering all the bases, smaller, bigger time frames. Everything looks bearish. That looks like you're going to roll over. I don't see us reversing there. I'm the king of reversals. I can always usually see the reversal, or at least the probability of it happening. I don't see it there. It just doesn't look likely. You could say it's still a symmetrical triangle, possible move, but man. Bar City. Bar. It's the bear. The king and the bear. Lights out. Sir, kindly analyze U.S. dominance graph. We did that for you. Done. You asked twice. We've already done it. Don't ask after I've done so. I do it, then you ask again. It shows you're A, not paying attention, and you've had the 20-second delay, so I don't know. So you're paying attention enough to ask for something, and then I do it, and then you ask a second time. I have nothing to say about that, but God bless you. I thought about it. I was like, well, I win nowhere by saying anything. So I might as well just be nice. So are you looking at BitLight Labs or are you looking at Lighter? You know, BitLight Labs is in this falling wedge. Looks like it could break out. 4 hours attempting to get back above the 200 moving average in a bit of a flag. See that? That looks bullish to me. That's the signal. I look for the 1 hour to be, the 1 hour is doing exactly what, that's beautiful. So that looks bullish. That looks like it's going to break out. Its target would be either resistance there or the next move to 189. $1.89. GM needs to get that truck transmission problem. Big problems looming. It's interesting you said that because my Cadillac Escalade, I had to bring it in for a recall this weekend. Yeah. I ended up, they gave me an optic for a day, just a day. It only took 24 hours. They cleaned the car, came back beautifully. They put a new battery in it free of charge too, really hooked it up. And they said that my car was free of all the recalls. But there was a possible transmission issue even on my Cadillac Escalade, man. So yeah. I don't know if you're saying the same thing you know what I mean? But yeah. Let's take a look at General Motors. Someone said the stock's up huge. Wow, massive gains. Dude, what the? That thing is just absolutely ripping. Whoa. GM, man. You know, their whole new line of electric cars for Cadillac are actually pretty nice. I was anti-electric car for a long time. But I had those cars for, I took a car home for the weekend or for a day. Felt like a weekend, but for just a day last week. And it was beautiful. And to think you don't have to ever go, if you're not going on if you're going on a large trip and you got to find out where to charge it, I think that's kind of whack. I just want to go to the gas station to keep it moving. I don't want to have to piecemeal, and then I want to have to sit in the car for an hour as it charges. To me, that's garbage. So traveling with it, no. But if you live in a city where you're only going to be doing 50, maybe 100 miles a day at the very, very most, and you can travel, and you can put 300 miles, or maybe even from Tampa to back, or maybe 150 miles at the most here and there, and for the most part, you're driving like 50 miles a day or less, it's great. It's great because you don't ever have to go to the gas station again. I don't know what the charge there at the house electrical bill would be. I'd like to compare that to the gas station bill. I'm sure they have it somewhat comparable, but if it's exuberant, then no. But it is nice if it's a little more, then yes, because you don't have to go to the gas station. You plug the car in at night and it's always there the next morning, no stress. I think that's a good thing. And the acceleration was the same, no smell, no sound. I don't know, it's kind of nice. There's a few things, you got in the car, just kind of started. Again, I'm kind of like a masculine, we like our football and our gasoline. So it's hard for me to go into that electric car stuff, but I don't want to get like, we all know if you think about the future, we're going to continue to evolve, right? And not seeing carbon dioxide come out of the car is better. Some people say, though, driving an electric car is like driving in a microwave. Someone say driving in a Tesla is like driving in a microwave. It gets very bad for you. It's like electromagnetic and you're inside and it's like cooking your brain. I don't know if that's true. Maybe with the Wi-Fi in the new cars, it's the same anyway. I don't know. Anyone have anything on that? It's up to you guys. Yeah. China EV charge in less than 10 minutes. That's crazy. Yeah. Australia's too vast for the electric. So we have people from Australia, from China here. What's the fastest you've gone on my Lambo? I cannot say. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I can't say. You know what I mean? Not doing that. I plead the fifth, man. I plead the fifth to that question. Yeah. How about this? The speed limit. All right. I only drive the speed limit on my car everywhere I go. Someone said breathing outside is bad for you. Maybe you're right. GM has stake in the new Cadillac F1 team. I know the Cadillac F1 team's pretty cool. I like to see Cadillac have their F1 team. I saw that. That got me pretty excited. Right? Honda has some nice looking EVs coming out. Right? Someone says your brain and you're not. Rock me down Electric Avenue. Then we take it higher. Funny. So wow, the weekly for GM is amazing. It's on a massive tear. I mean, Christmas sales are up, I guess. Holiday sales, right? It looks like they had a good, November Cyber Monday. Dang, man. Is getting a little high on the weekly, away from the 21. I mean, that's unsustainable. Every time we've had peaks like this, eventually there comes some reckoning. Oh, wow. They're printing money. And the dollar, let's take a look at the DXY. The dollar keeps dropping. Cars go down. I mean, look at that. The DXY in free fall on the bear flag. So I see the DXY dropping all the way back down to 92. We called this bear flag. We did it beautifully. And again, there's my signal touching the 21 below the 200. That's like touching the 21 above the 200 gets you the pump. It gets you the dump. Cat ears too there on the DXY. Look at that. Cat ears. Played exactly like cat ears are supposed to. Isn't that amazing? Measured move. Bring it there. I mean, wow. $90 for the DXY. So the DXY continuing to collapse with the dollar. Funny, they're dumping together with Bitcoin, actually. Sorry, with the dollar, with Bitcoin. The DXY dumping with the dollar. DXY dumping with Bitcoin. Very interesting. And there's the drop. You're in the money already from the $87,054 entry, and now it's at $86,744. More downside for Bitcoin there. That's already in the money on the short. I'd even shave my stop just a tad on that win. They're going to reveal the F1 car livery at the Super Bowl. Interesting. Hachi is holding. It's on MEXC. Oh, so you brought up Hachi yesterday. Someone wrote it. Yeah, someone wrote it up yesterday. I was like, what is this? It's not coming up, though. You know what I mean? It's not coming up on MEXC. It's not coming up. So let me look at it here on Spot on my own thing, but just on my own. I'm not going to. Just want to see something here. I'm curious to what you're saying. No, it's not on MEXC because it's not searching. It's not coming up. Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't see it, brother. Yeah, no. Nope. That's just, I don't mean to call you, maybe in your region or something. I don't know. Something's different for me. I don't see it. Yeah. Can we change it to Batman ears, please? Batman ears. No, it's got to be cat ears. Just is what it is. It's always been cat ears. It's got to stay cat ears. I'm really like, you know, I got to stick to stuff like that. You know, I can't be flip-flopping about what I be calling stuff. Nah. Health before wealth, yes. Live Lambo, love you. I keep adding shorts on Bitcoin for my previous entry. Hey. Bitcoin having market losing volume right now. Yes, exactly. So bear is coming. Bear's already been here. We've been in the bear, right? Do you ever look at NAKA? NAKA is just in the dumps, man. Yeah, I'll take a look at NAKA for you. A good gaming coin. Had a good team. Really good idea. So crazy. Crypto gaming just turned into nil. Like, the narratives for crypto, they get you so excited. They're so believable. And yet nothing. It's just crazy. NAKA back to 8 cents. Wow. And it's just been a slow bleed. People have just been slowly selling off their coins until they're back to where they were in 2022. 3 years ago. Unbelievable. Will they come back in another run? I don't know, honestly. I personally don't think so. You know, I think it's better, and I think it's even healthier to give up on things and move on and start anew. But hey, yeah. He said not NAKA gaming, NAKA stock. Kindly, let's take a look at it on. It looks just like NAKA, which is weird. Isn't that funny? It went up, and the last time it was up in wow, except 2025. Yeah, I don't know what this thing. It looks horrible. Yeah, it kindly looks absolutely horrible. Horrible. Tao's the only thing that looks really strong right now because I think it had too much backing. Too many people cared about it. But even then, look, it's starting to drop. And this would go back down to 164. Everything will give you these beautiful lows again. I think today's the day everyone just decides it's a wrap, right? There's the short in the money from entry at 87. About 76 is the entry there. And this thing is, yeah, looks like it's going to continue to collapse to 84,250 for Bitcoin. Nice little drop. We might even get along later on tonight. You never know. Yeah. Yeah, should have cashed out. I agree with you. A lot of these coins did go up. Yeah. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla on an absolute tear today. And it's nice to see. And again, I've been all over that idea that Tesla's about to rip. And boy, oh boy, the 409 call for Tesla. As it goes to 481 on a high. Makes a flag on the 30-second chart. Look at this thing. So the small time frame boys are getting pumped today. The big time frame boys are happy. Tesla, baby. So look, I see Tesla getting tight. I saw it coming back to the bottom of the pattern first before it broke out. And it still may have to come back down a little bit, man. But that's a breakout. Cleanly got back above the 461 level. Tessie, baby. Tessie. Wow. And I just see it continuing, going up to 803. A big move for Tesla. We talked about it right there at 409 on the low bounce. I even put it here. Remember, I don't know if you remember when I called the bottom there. And this area too. I remember even talking about a 145 area for Tesla. This area is somewhere 145. That secondary bounce off the bottom of the trend line there. So I've been all over Tesla, been calling it nicely. Had a rip, came back for the dip, and then the secondary entry there. Wow. Shout out to anyone that traded Tesla with the lifer. It's beautifully pumping, doing damage, and I see it headed higher. $800 Tesla on the way. And if you're in my trading group, I did give a 409 Tesla call. Perfecto. And there's Bitcoin starting to drop out the bear flag as we suggested it would. I mean, it's obvious. The 21's touching below the 200 and a bear flag. We trade this bullishly every day. This is my signal. It's supposed to pump. It's supposed to dump. It's supposed to do what it's supposed to do every time you see it. You just trade it without thinking about it. And you take the trade. Okay? I don't trade Mondays. It's not my thing. I probably should have taken this trade. The signal was pretty strong. But I'm fighting like what I say I'm not going to do and my signal. And so when I do that, it tends to go wrong. So I got to just stick to my script. I would have been up already, though, had I hit that trigger, man, and went $4 grand for 11. I'd probably be already up like $2,000. It's all right. Yeah, I'm eyeing 700 for Tesla, too. Yeah. He said, this is your super cycle, you mules. I don't know. Yeah. Would you recommend a Jim Rohn book? I've never read a Jim Rohn book. I just listen to him every single day on a channel called Jim Rohn. Right here, it's called Jim Rohn Motivation and Jim Rohn Motivation Spot. And I just pick a video every morning and I play it for 20 minutes, 30 minutes while I work out. I turn the workout and I listen to Jim Rohn. Yeah. And he really puts things into perspective, makes me realize why I'm where I'm at and how to stay where I'm at. He basically says, hey, they're successful because they keep pushing, right? You just got to keep pushing. You can't stop. And that's really what it comes down to. And he says, in every single day you let a negative thought in, you're battling yourself. You got to keep positive thoughts and you got to keep pushing. He says, you can't let negative thoughts in no matter what. Yeah. Jump in, Sammy. I'm bouncing the floor. Tested structure. Hey, you should believe me. When I'm not believed, I turn into the Hulk. You're funny. They all dumped on your super cycle believer heads. Who thought it was a super cycle? I never thought that. Yeah. That was the narrative after the first narrative. Yeah. Yeah, Jim Rohn. You know, I love Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Such a great book. Exactly. XRP to 184. You're a clown if you don't short. It's obviously bear. Amen. Amen. Hey, man, as crazy as that sounds, as erratic as that man sounds, he's right. This is going to 84,000, folks. That's the target for Bitcoin. It's obvious. The trend is your friend. We read the trend very well here. And look, you're already in the money. The entry was at 87,000, almost down $1,000 now for Bitcoin on the dump. Bro, this is the worst cycle ever. I mean, to me, it's not even a cycle. It's just trading. It's just like trading. Like now, cryptocurrency is just like the stock market. It's just trading. You know, get that whole cycle out of your head and just trade, baby. Just trade. Right? Can I short along the market in Canada? I think you can do whatever you want. It's up to you, man. It sounds like you live in it sounds like you live in Stalin's, you know what I mean? Like the Republic, like it's just like crazy, like Germany or something. Like, you're like, can I live? Can I breathe air? I don't know, man. It's up to you. They got you guys scared in Canada, really living like communists. I don't know what happened to that country. It used to be a good place. They destroyed it in the last 5 years. Ever since the trucker thing, man, it really got crazy. Trudeau, the whole thing, man, just really weird. How do these people get into office? Yeah. If you streamed all day, I would tune in every day. God bless you, man. Thank you. Alex Sammy, he says he don't and gives a trader to decide for themselves. Do you ever trade miners like IREN? Yes, I like IREN. Actually, IREN is something that I've been looking at. I want to accumulate it at the right time. Like, it already pumped up huge. You don't want to chase it, personally, right? I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't want to chase it. So I've basically made this box for it and said, come into my box. Hang out at the 618 Fibonacci and let me kind of, grab a piece. So once it gets into this box and it enters the golden pocket, to me, because they ran it up too high, right? 76. It went all the way from $6 to $76. I mean, it did over a 10x. It did a 12x, which is crazy. 72 would be 12, right? So back down here to this key area, maybe even a dip down to the 786. Anywhere between 20 and 30 is a steal for me for IREN. Even if it comes test 18, it looks amazing. And that's an AI chain. That's an AI play, AI tech play with a little bit of, crypto added in there. I like it. So, exactly. This world is yours if you take it. Amen. Exactly. Careful on them highways. Amen. Amen. It's so bad I'm black pilling hard. Funny. So crazy, man. If I lived there, I would want to move so bad, or just I'd be like, I wouldn't be able to talk to everyone. Or that, I wonder, does some people feel like you, or do most people, are they all just like NPC brainwashed? Like, what's going on? Like, what is the general consensus over there? You know what I mean? Are they just like out of their minds, or you know what I mean? They think it's cool. Are they like, you know, rule me harder, baby, jab me harder, baby? You know, please, stick more in me. It's crazy, right? Just insane, man. When you think about what happened to the world, people used to actually have integrity and care about themselves. Something happened. Everyone lost respect for themselves, and then they gave it away to a government entity. Like, here, you can take control of my body. So crazy. Most people are cooked, bro. I know, right? We're the minority here on this channel. Then how the heck did we get anywhere? I wonder. You know. Nice little dump so far. Oh, wow. All the way down to 85.9 now. Beautiful short. And that's enough to pay the trader right there. Like, you don't even have to go all the way to the target. That would be enough to pay the trader. Wow, had I went 4 for 11, I would have made some gains. That would have been 11. So a third of 11. I already been up like 3-4 grand. Dang. We Canadians like Americans, we're sick and tired. Amen. Canadians cooked. Excessive migration destroyed sense of community. Condition your mind to buy the fear and misery. We not the crowd. The crowd is always wrong. Amen. A little bit of bullish div here. See if we can get the bounce for BTC back to the upside. All right. October 87 looking better than I know, right? Black Friday. That's when my dad got in the market. It's crazy. Come full circle, right? What a nice short, though. Technically, I mean, my signal pans out again. You lose the 200 moving average on the 1 minute, and you're just short. Just like when you gain it, you just long. It's amazing. Like, you long that, you short this, and then you just pay the trader. Unbelievable. There's going to be these signals for the next 7-8 months. We're going to lose the 200, gain the... I'm telling you, I'm going to be able to find ways to make money. All right, and we're going to pick our days, pick our volume, pick our strategy, but don't get worried, man. Don't get stressed, and don't live in fear. The people that live in fear will live in fear. That's it. That will be their mentality, so that will be the world they create. We got to believe that anything is possible. Something big is coming around the corner for me, for you. Something big's happening to you. Like, whether it's a life change, a thought process. Once your mind changes, the whole world's going to change. It doesn't matter what's happening to the market. Once you change your mind and your thought process, everything will change. And you can go on a level that you've never thought possible. It can happen. So, just believe in yourself. Keep pushing. You know you can. You know you are. You know you're the best. You've got this. I believe in you. You believe in yourself. We both believe in you. Everybody believes in you. The lifers love you. You're in a community of people that really actually want to see you win now, because if you win, you can help someone else win. You can show someone else that somehow you figured out a way to make it happen. So your success will really push someone else to feel like they can do it. Every day I go live, I show everyone else that they could possibly make it, right? That somehow, some way, they could come from their mind. I grew this show from my mind, right? One day I said, I'm going to do this. I decided what I was going to do, and I started doing it. So the world responded. It took a long time. I still battle every single day for subs. It's not perfect. I would love a better system sometimes, but hey, I'm still grateful for what I have. On our way to 104,000 subscribers. So many people here on the stream, right? We have 1,500 people, one of the biggest streams in the game. CryptoFace, one of the most known streamers, comes and gives me $100. One of the nicest guys in the game. So, like, you know, I don't know why things happen the way they do, but it's a blessing every single time that I'm live. I know that. You know, I know that. And I just cherish every moment that I'm alive. 86,200 Bitcoin attempting a bounce, but to me, it's likely going lower. Lower for BTC. And it's a battle. Expect some shenanigans on a Monday morning. It's never going to be perfect. Remember that. Sam, you've inspired me. I never thought I could pull off baby blue. I just ordered one. Baby blue all day long. Not the pants, though. Look at that. I love it. I should have given you an affiliate link. Sammy, you've inspired me. Hey, man, dude, you could pull off anything you put your mind to. Jim Carrey did it. He looked great. I'm trying my hardest to join the Discord. With prayer and hard work, I'll join back at the beginning of the year. God bless you, Sammy. God bless you, man. Have no fear, brother. If it's meant for you to be there, you'll be there, brother. I'm not stressing. You shouldn't either. Was in the Mall Street area, stopped by New York Stock Exchange. In front of the building was wrapped in a huge banner with the ad for 21 Capital, which is a Bitcoin company listed on the New York Stock Exchange. I know, cool. Gonna get a license plate for my Corvette ZR1 that says MSTZ. I love it. Strategy going down. Oh my gosh. Nostradamus predicted the dip short to 75. Let's go. Yeah. Someone says, what is MSTZ? It's T-Rex inverse master. So he's basically shorting master. It's a short sale, you know. So if master dumps, this thing's going to rip. And I mean, it is touching the 21 above the 200. That's the signal. Isn't that crazy? There's my signal in the 1 hour. Look at it playing out on the daily. You could trade anything you want in this world, man, with the right ideas and the right education. Sign up to my course. I teach it the last Saturday of every class of every month. We're going to revamp it. It is going to go up next year. We're going to change the course a little bit. So this, I think, will be the last chance to get it at this affordable rate. I would jump on it today, hit that QR code, get in there while you still can, man. I've been running this class really for a long, long time. All right. And basically giving away the information. Be brave and start the fantasy football you doubted wouldn't get any points. Funny. Dude, I haven't looked at my fantasy football in months. Crypto Billy put me in his group. I don't know what happened. I had some good players. I don't know, a couple times I had bench players and I didn't even take them out. And once I saw that, I knew I wasn't paying attention. I got kind of, like one day I lost and I was playing bench players. Of course I lost. Like I didn't even have a thing to switch the players. But man, my focus was never on it. I'm never going to remember that. I had fun though. And I guess I would do it again. I don't know. Say I gave a trade during the class that I took that paid for the class. Look at that. Oh yeah, we took a trade during the class one time. And I don't mean to do that. This guy took class, ended up paying for the class. Isn't that insane? So the class was free for him. Unbelievable. That's the type of stuff I love hearing. And that's the type of opportunity we provide here. Wow, PIPPIN just continued, huh? So weird how some coins don't care regardless of the rest of the market. PIPPIN stayed strong. Looks like it wants to continue to rip. Wow, that target for PIPPIN is 57 cents. I'm just so beat down mentally, it's hard for me to trade small coins now, but I guess I can get back on the saddle at one point. Man, it's tough though. You know, I go with sentiment. When the market looks good, I like to go hard. Now only like 1 out of 100 coins look amazing. All right. Should have done that class first. Gotta get in. It's okay. No stress, man. You're right where you need to be. Shout out to Marcus, man. Fantasy games on a fantasy game. You're funny, brother. I love you. That is Fly. Love the trading class. Thank you. Bitcoin 1 second is crispy. You're funny, man. Look at that little inverted head and shoulder trying to bounce off of this bullish div there. Yeah, gonna get a license plate for my Corvette that says MSTC. Dang, man. Shorting on people's downfall. Hey, I hope it works out. I hope you already have that Corvette. The higher PIPPIN goes, the better the short will eventually. Market is going down. It will eventually come back to earth. I agree with you. Wait for the 1 hour tweezer top. Yeah. Next year, that 10K entry fee will make you pay attention, my man. Crypto Billy. Hey. I'm just saying the information people can use around the world, man. It's like, I was just giving it away. It's insane. So Tesla ripping, it's like people sold gold for Tesla. And again, these trades, it's funny. I don't even have big trades, but they go from 700, 400, 200. I'm not even risking that much. And for the average person, it would, if you only make $2,000 a week, that trade would bug you out because it would be up 700, 800. That's almost all your money for the week. I'm just saying, like someone that makes $96,000 a year, that trade would bug them out. And it's not, I'm pointing out how like people think trading's a lot easier than it really is. It's hard, man. Like trading the bigger time frames and sitting on a trade for 4 weeks straight it takes so much patience. That's why I do like small time scalping, because it's like you can see it, you can get it done, it's over, you can move on. You can build up like what you see, and you can kind of see, you know, a list of actions over time. Honestly, take profit at 186 at XRP. What do you think? Scale. People actually want something more. The more expensive it is. I agree with you, man. My dad said the price alone will get them high. That was my dad saying. He's... That's another story. People actually... Exactly. I agree. Honestly, I believe it's worth $1,000. I really do. Because I give so much information in there that you can use for the rest of your life on the entire world. And really break it down. You know? Didn't want you to think we didn't listen to your comment. Trading is hard, but I think most people are capable, but it takes too much time. It does take a lot of time. I was able to dedicate a lot of my time. Yeah. Even when I didn't know I was going to get anything back. See, I did something because I loved it. I realized that once you fall in love with life, life will give it back. Life knows when you fall in love with it. And what I mean by that, like life knows when you're so enthralled in your task that you just want to do it. You're not doing it for money. The universe knows when you're not doing something for money completely. Money might be some of the driving factors, but if it's not all, it's like you make the most money when you do something without wanting money for it. When you do something and money is the only thing you're doing it for, it's unsustainable because one time you might not get paid the same amount and you might get dismotivated. You might get unmotivated to do it again. But if you do it just to love, just for the love, then you'll do it no matter what you make doing it. Like no matter what I do, I love this live stream and I love my show. It's going to go on no matter what. No matter what. You know, I love spreading light, love, and happiness. I love teaching and I love being here. I'm not going to stop doing that. For any amount of money, you know, it doesn't matter. So shout out to Shez Mupta Haman. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. That's amazing. Shout out to CryptoFace for the $100 super chat. God bless you. Bless you, Sammy. Is Tesla very late trade right now? I think it could be, but if it gives a retest. Can you take a look at silver? We did that. Thank you, Taylor Murphy Lifts. We love you. Life or Vision on SMR NY, please. Live at the level +1 and look at the light. And so we looked at light. Now let's look at SMR on the New York Stock Exchange. New Scale, Power Corporation. Let's take a look. Reliable J just came through. Thank you, Reliable J, with the super chat. And let's see those balls go into the jar. Let's see it. Oh, boom. Oh my gosh. One of the most explosive ball drops we've ever seen. Dude, you just tossed it. Sammy, bless you in the family. Shout out to my big little girl, turned 10 today. Proud of her. Love, Dad. Thank you. Shout out to Reliable J. Shout out to your daughter, man. God bless her, turned 10 years old. That's a big time. That's a big step. I remember the big 10 for my first daughter turned 10. Unbelievable. Thank you, Reliable J. God bless you, man. And I'm going to wear your Wisconsin shirt this week, man. I saw it in my closet. I appreciate that. I really do. Little things matter to me, man. Thank you. Shout out to Rave Song Records, Crypto Billy, who I brought to dinner together. They got to actually meet. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. You know. You love what you do, Sammy. Thank you for sharing your time with us. God bless you all. And everyone, we keep pushing. So let's take a look. SMR, New Scale. I mean, had a nice run up, right? But it lost the daily 200 moving average. That's when it's in a downtrend. It looks like Bitcoin. I don't know if they hold a lot of Bitcoin because it looks just like Bitcoin. It lost the daily similar. It had a run up similar to Bitcoin. It's in a low spot. Once you lose the daily, you look at the 2-day, then you look at the 3-day, and look, same thing for Bitcoin here. It's kind of in this like flag on the 3-day. Yeah, it looks like it's going to bear flag. I am bullish when things hang on the 200 moving average because Bitcoin just lost it. I'm like, this probably will lose it too. I don't know. I see this bear flagging headed lower, possibly to 695. I could be wrong. I'd have to look at it. Yeah. According to me, Bitcoin will come to 75, 73 area in a few hours or a day. And that is a reversal area for me. What's happening? In a few hours? I don't know about a few hours, but you know. I'm gonna look. Now we're in another bear flag. In case you weren't sure, we made another bear flag. It's another entry with the 21 right there. It's like another add-on to the short. But the short's in the money right now that we gave you at $87,050. $87.76 was the actual entry. You can see kind of rolled over, bear flag, even kind of a descending triangle. Look at it. It's amazing, right? The TA is there for you every single time. It's up to you to decipher it. It takes years to figure it out, but once you do, you got it. Hey, Lifer, I want to say thank you. I know I can be pompous in the chat. I appreciate you. I lost my mom this morning. I don't know why I thought of you, my man. I lost my mom this morning, and I don't know why I thought. I mean, I know why you thought of me, because I lost my mom. I can't believe you lost your mom. I'm so sorry to hear that. Much love. The strength it takes to go through the loss. Much love, man. God bless you. Oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. Robinhood stock was a good call at the beginning of the year. Inverted cat ears on the 1-year chart for Bitcoin. Yeah, I like that. Love and hugs to you. Fit in crypto, it's a difficult time. Yeah, it's the worst. Losing my mom was the toughest day of my life, man. Losing my mom and my dad. I hope to never have to go through pain like that again for the rest of my life. Yeah. I hope I never have to see my wife pass, my kids pass. Selfishly, I hope to go before them, man. I don't want to go through the pain anymore. You know? Plus the girls will have each other. They'll be all right. I'll be all alone. You know? Anyway, everyone, time is going to go by so fast. I want you to kind of pull yourself away. 2 years will go by very quickly in this market. We'll be back to wherever we were supposed to be, 2026, and everyone will say this and that. And the people that stayed strong, continued to work on their skills, are going to be here. The people that looked at the market, got emotional, and went in and out, are going to go in and out. So right now you have to decide, am I going to be someone that develops skills and stays consistent, or am I going to be something different than that? Which is, someone that's likely not going to succeed. So it's up to you. Remember, the secret to success is getting started. If you want to start right now, hit the QR code to my class or jump on into my Discord. Go to CryptoLifer.com to begin your journey to get an education that'll change your life. I'm here every single day, nonstop. Non-stop, baby. It's a rollie, not a stopwatch. This ain't never stop. All right. Oh, there it is. Look, I forgot it. Hey, man, when I forget my rollie, it's I'm working out hard that day, man. Dang. But I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you all for constantly being here, constantly supporting the channel, and showing up every single day. This market is tight and tough. It has not been easy. Everyone that shows up every day on this channel, you're amazing. I see more downside for Bitcoin. Likely this bear flag dumps to the downside here and takes a tumble. And then the original trade's still open, but there's another trade right there. That's still a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio, 4-to-1 right now for Bitcoin. So I see more downside down to at least 85 and then to the target at 84,250 for BTC. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Shout out to everyone that sent a super chat in today. You people are blessed and amazing. You didn't have to. That will come back to you tenfold. And you never know. Maybe Bitcoin does bounce here. I don't know for sure. All right. That's why I stay away from Mondays and the false moves. And I just let it. I mean, even though that wasn't a false move, that was what was supposed to happen. 21 below the 200, we got the dump. But I'm going to take it one step, one day at a time, and I'll be way more active around 6 p.m. I just don't like to get chewed up on a Monday. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for constantly being here and supporting me. I don't know how I would do it, honestly, without each and every one of you. So thank you. You make this show amazing. You show up. You've made my life a dream. So may I continue to do what I do. May you continue to do what you do. Remember, the secret to success, everybody, is getting started. All right? You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. And over time, somehow, some way, we develop the confidence to keep pushing. And that becomes our character, and our character becomes who we are. So by being disciplined, we actually change who we are inside. And then we change what we think about ourselves. And when we believe in ourselves and we're positive, anything is possible. One positive thought is bigger than 1,000 negative thoughts. Remember that. It's stronger than 1,000 negative thoughts. So keep having a positive thought today. Whenever you have a negative thought, bounce back with a positive one. Do not let your negative thoughts take over. Keep pushing. So important. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the flip side. Keep your mind strong. If you're having trouble doing that, work out every single day. Working out will keep you strong. It'll create the endorphins in your mind, the chemical balance to push you to the next level. I'm telling you right now, I had depression. I was in ruts for months, couldn't get out of my way. I'm eating the wrong foods. I'm not working out. I'm not taking care of myself. I got into the lemon water, started changing my life, started getting the grind, got my energy up. And next thing you know, everything had changed for me. So I love you. Keep pushing. And you never know, we might have a live stream later on too. Stay amazing. Stay blessed. I'll see you on the flip side. Thank you so much, everyone. I do see more downside coming for Bitcoin. I'm not changing my tune on that.